I just got done recovering from COVID, so in a lot of ways it's fitting for me to be taking a look at the new Simply Solo game by Button Shy, A Nice Cuppa, because this game has a tea theme, a relaxing, rejuvenating tea theme, and tea got me through the last week and a half or so of dealing with COVID. A week and a half when I was supposed to be taking a look at this game and just didn't because I was laid up pretty bad. But now I'm able to, and I can tell you that right now, A Nice Cuppa is on Kickstarter. It's part of Button Shy's Simply Solo series. The Simply Solo series are solo games by Scott Alms, and I hope I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. But if you're at all into solo games, you've either encountered his name or you've encountered his games without even realizing it. He has designed a ton of solo games. And the Simply Solo series by Button Shy is, of course, focused on solo games by him. If you're not familiar with Button Shy games, they do 18-card wallet games, which is what they call them. They're games made up of just 18 cards. They fit in these nice little wallets. I don't have one for A Nice Cuppa to show you because this is basically a prototype with nice printed out instructions and a little baggie and so on. This was for me to test out and play test this game before it hit crowdfunding. And I've got to say that this is an enjoyable little game. It's very much in line with some of the other games from Button Shy by Scott Alms that I've played before. It's got a pleasant theme. The basic gist of the game is that it is a sort of a card movement puzzle where you are trying to figure out how to shift positions of cards based on special abilities that are on certain cards in order to maximize your score at the end. It's similar in that regard to a number of other games that he's done for them, but different enough to make it feel unique and interesting and different. In A Nice Cuppa, you have a small deck of tea cards. Next, you're going to set the worry cards. You're going to shuffle these cards and then place one face down underneath each one of the tea cards that you just got done setting up. Any excess gets set aside. They're not going to be used in this game. The goal is to, by the end of the game, get rid of all the worry cards, eliminate them from underneath the tea, and to have as many tea cards as possible with the focused side faced up by the end of the game. And if you're playing on the harder difficulty, to have them set in order from 1 to 7. Depending on how well you do there, you'll score a certain number of points, and you'll win, and you'll have a great victory or a middling victory or whatever the case may be. Again, this is pretty standard stuff if you've played games like this before. So in each turn, you're going to choose one of the face-down worry cards that are in the bottom of the row, and you're going to flip it face up. Once you've chosen a card and you've flipped it face up, you're going to start from the left, and working from left to right, you're going to resolve the actions that are printed on each one of these worry cards. The worry cards have, I guess what you can call special abilities or special actions, special things that you have to do that dictate how you're going to shift and move the tea cards that they are below, the tea cards that form the line up top. So this might involve swapping pairs, moving things from one end of the line to the other end of the line, and that sort of thing. Once you're finished doing that, every tea card that is above a face-up worry card gets flipped over. Doesn't matter what side the tea card is on, it'll either be flipped from the distracted side to the focused side, or from the focused side to the distracted side. And yes, this might happen again and again and again as you go through the game. Finally, any face-up worry card that is below a focused tea card, you pull out of that line and that gets removed from the game. So that's how you're getting rid of your worries. Your worries have to be below a face-up focused tea card. Once this is done, you go back to the beginning and you do it all over again. You flip another worry card, you go from left to right, and you resolve all the face-up worry cards that are currently on your board. You do your shifting around, you do your moving around, trying to reorientate your teas the way you'd like them to be. You flip your various tea cards, you get rid of worry cards that are underneath focused tea cards, and you keep going until you are finished. It's very simple, and it creates a nice little spatial puzzle. Did A Nice Cuppa captivate me to the degree that some other solo Button Shy games have? Not necessarily, but I did find it to be pleasant and relaxing in a way that relaxing with a nice cup of tea can be. It presents the kind of choices that you'll find in a game like Food Chain Island or Skull Island's Unsurmountable. The trick is how to move cards in such a way so that they get situated in a way that's going to generate a maximum score for you. The art is very nice. The instructions are straightforward. I think when the finished product is wrapped up and ready to go, I think this is going to be a good distraction for some folks. I think this is a nice solo game choice for people who don't want something too heavy. They want something thinky. They want something that's going to burn their brain a little bit, but they're not going to feel bogged down with a bunch of rules. And I think that's where this one excels, is that it's very, very straightforward. It's very, very simple. There aren't a ton of things for you to track and manage. The turn sequence is super straightforward, and that's kind of what's excellent about it. It's one of the reasons why I've always been drawn to Food Chain Island, is because it's got deep strategic complexity, and yet it's incredibly simple to set up and execute. I've only managed to play maybe about a dozen games or so of A Nice Cuppa to sort of get a sense for it. I do wonder if this is going to be one of those games where it continues to reveal itself as time goes on. I suspect that it might be. This one feels like it's going to be one of those games where, hey, I just need 5 minutes and a pleasant little thinking distraction, and then this ends up fitting the bill. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those types of games. It is on Kickstarter right now as we speak, along with some other material. So get on there and check it out. You just look for Button Shy Games on Kickstarter. If you do end up missing it, it's going to be available through Button Shy's website. It's also going to be available through their Game of the Month Club, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're not familiar with it, you can sign up for it on Patreon, and you just get Button Shy Games every month sent to you in the mail. It's terrific. I've been on board for a little over a year now, and I'm really glad that I did. Keep in mind there are occasionally delays, but right now they've been very much on schedule for, I'd say, the last 6 to 8 months, which has been great. And what a delight to just get new games in the mail. It's a lot of fun. Again, just to make clear, in the interest of full disclosure, Button Shy did send this prototype version to me for review and preview. So I just want to make that clear. This was sent to me. I did not spend my own money on this, though I have spent my own money on 99.9% of all the Button Shy stuff I have, with the exception of this and the Walking Dead game, which I covered a couple weeks ago. In the meantime, we do have some other board game stuff that's in the queue that's hopefully coming soon. COVID set me behind a little bit further than I wanted to be, but we do have some multiplayer games to tackle, some broader big picture board game videos, maybe a couple of smaller reviews. I know I want to do something on Dwarf Romantic and Heat, Pedal to the Metal, and some other stuff that we're playing, and blah blah blah, and you don't really care about that anyway. Whatever. I'm gonna have my tea and say bye.